Hey, look at me back at my other house. I know. Yes, we're going to sell it someday. But we have a lot to do before we can. So you'll see me here off and on because we have to come back every so often to make sure it's still here and somebody mowed the lawn and all of those sort of things, you know. So I'm drinking my fake coffee, don't worry. This one's called Postum. I tried one called Ticino, and I think it gives me terrible reflux. You know, for those of you who may be new here, hello, welcome, I'm Joy. I'm trying to get over reflux. I've had it for years and years and years, and I've been taking some pill for it, and my new doctor wants me to get off that pill. So I'm trying to learn to eat things that have no acid, and just about every food there is has acid in it. So, but this is called Postum, and if you put enough sugar and cream in it, it's not too terrible. You gotta boil water to make it with though. So I brought from my other house, this is all I brought this time because Jerry said we were only gonna be here a couple days, and already it's turned out we've got to be here until June, and this is May 15, I think. So, whatever. Somebody's coming in June to fix a countertop issue, and I only brought this one thing to work on. So you remember the blouse I'm making from the picture on the internet. I made an envelope for it. Remember the picture on the internet, because I really love this blouse. And Philly and I are both going to make it in a stripe. But before we do, we have to perfect our pattern. And we're starting with our Surefit Designs dress kit blueprint. Okay? If you watch in fact, I have a video of snippets up there at the other house that I haven't put up yet, so you haven't seen that yet. But you will. So, I made that pattern be what I thought I needed it to be in order to make this. This is my muslin. And it turned out pretty good, but I've got two problems left. The whole front of it ends up finished. The whole front neckline ends up finished, but the back neckline is not, and I didn't think about that. So we're trying to figure out, Philly and I are, we're trying to figure out how to put a facing on the back that doesn't go to the front. Also, the sleeve that I put in it is way too big for the blouse. I had a whole package of sleeves that I had made with my Surefit Designs, and I pulled one out that I thought would work, and it didn't work. I mean, it looks like it worked to you, but when I have it on, it's way too big back here. Because, you know, I'm narrow. I'm narrow here, and I'm narrow across my back, and everywhere else, well, there's no narrowing left at this age. So I brought that to work on. Got my dress kit, and then I brought two more fabrics in case I want to make another muslin, which I'll probably have to. And I'm into blue these days. Can you tell I'm into blue? How pretty is this one? Love it. I hate to even use it for a muslin. This one I don't like that much. I might use this one for a muslin. And then, you know, save this for something I know is going to turn out. So that's my project today. Here at my home in Kingston, Oklahoma. Jerry's outside spraying weeds. Last time we came he sprayed the weeds, but a whole bunch of more weeds decided to come up while we were gone. I tell you, I think people just need to start thinking weeds are pretty and just grow their yard in weeds. Forget about grass. Grow it in something that can't die. Alright, what else do I have to show you or tell you? Nothing, I don't think. I'm looking around to say, oh, did I show them this? Did I show them? Nothing left here, you know, because we've half moved out. Maybe 2/3 moved out of this house. But I still left myself some sewing things, of course. And oh my gosh, what was I missing last time I was here? Elastic. Oh, I think I brought some elastic. Did I bring some elastic? Oh my goodness, I have got to go right now. I have got to go, and I have got to figure out if I brought elastic or not. I'll be back after a while. So we went to town for lunch and to get some groceries. And before we left for lunch, I finished making my paper pattern to cut out this Mod Lily top. And this video is going to be completely backwards because I tell you all about this in the video that's at the other house that isn't up yet. So everything's all crazy. So where I see a nail, I just decide I'm gonna hang something on it, you know, from what used to be here. So I decided to make this one a solid. This is a linen-like. I've had this for 20, 30 years. I'm sure I got it at Hancock's way, way, way back. My kids were still at home. And I'm going to make it out of that because I think it will show up better than on that red print, you know, where you couldn't even tell it had that collar thing on it. So I fixed the back. I made a new sleeve that's narrower on the sides, higher on the top, narrower on the sides, so it's not so much fullness in the sleeve. And I made it, I think, 8 inches long. And I've got my front pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. So when you see my other video that isn't up yet, you'll see how I had to chop the front up into 5 pieces. And the back is just 1 piece that you cut on the fold. Now, if I want to put a zipper in this, I need to allow a seam allowance. But I already know, because I've made the top already, that I can get it on and off without a zipper. So I'm not going to put a zipper. Plus all my zippers are at my other house. When you have 2 houses, I remember my mom used to tell me that. No matter what you want, it's always at the other house. So, I'm going to lay it out and cut it out. And I don't think anybody wants to watch me sew. Pardon the noise. I'm sorry if there's an echo in here because it's so empty now. But I'm not going to do anything about it. Probably in another 6 to 8 months, this house will be sold. So I don't want to be buying things and putting things and, you know, having later to remove them or sell them. I don't want to deal with any more stuff. I have had enough stuff to last a lifetime to move. And we have the current humongous project where we're going to knock down the entire barn and a lot of the cement that's at the other house, and we're going to build a brand new barn because Jerry needs to have the best barn in the whole wide world because that's what he deserves. And the inside of the barn there, we don't know what the man did in it, but it is just horrible inside. And so Jerry decided, instead of fixing this wall, taking that down, redoing the ceiling, fixing the garage door, blah, 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 let's just start over. So you'll see us do all that as it happens. It's not happening tomorrow, but it's going to happen, oh, I don't know, in about 3 or 4 months. Alrighty, I'll be back after a while and show you my progress on my non-striped Mod Lily blouse. Y'all have to check out Mod Lily. I'm not affiliated at all. I just looked up blouses and that blouse came up and I clicked on it on Instagram. No, it was on Pinterest, and it took me to this Mod Lily website. And when I got there, it showed me 1,000 blouses. So if you like making your own patterns, or if you want to buy one of their blouses already made, go for it. But that just happens to be modlily.com where I found it. It's very late in the day. I'm going to move this. Okay. It's very late in the day. But I thought I'd show you what I got done so far. Remember, this is muslin number 1. You can't really see the neckline because of the black turned out right there on the edge. But this is number 1. The one I had on, that I've worked all day on, is number 2. And can you see a correction I still need to make? I like it a lot. I wish I could move the bust darts, but I can't figure out how to do that, neither can Philly. I might ask my friend Elsa B in South Africa how to move the bust darts. But I really like it. I figured out how to finish the back. The back neck has a facing now. I may take the waist darts in. They're drawn, but I haven't taken them in yet in the back. And I've been out in the wind today, so ignore whatever I look like. But gonna have sleeves, short sleeves, and I'll put those in tomorrow. But what I need to do, Oh, I can even figure out how to do it now that it's this far in the program, is I need to reduce the neckline. I always have to take a tuck in these low necklines, in the V-necks and in the round necks. I always have to take a tuck, and I didn't think about that in this. So I've got to figure out how to do that in the next one. Jerry's watching basketball downstairs, so ignore the noise. Yeah, I need to pin that in there. Now I don't have the sleeves in yet. I might put the sleeves in first and see if that pulls it a little bit tighter, and maybe I won't need quite as much. Maybe I won't need quite as big of a tuck in the neckline. And I'll show you how I do it. But now remember, this is going to be a stripe. This is muslin number 2. If you want something to fit really nice, you got to do this. It's why you have to have a whole bunch of fabric in your house. You know, that's why I do it. You know, it's not because I'm just, you know, what do you call it? Insane? Whatever you call it, when you have a whole house full of fabric. Oh, yeah, I think I'm getting there. I really do. Oh, I can't make it sleeveless because I didn't make a sleeveless armhole. Yeah. So if it was like that, see, I'd have to take the tuck right down into this, which would be easy because I'll take the tuck in the top first. Then after I get the tuck in the top, then I'll draw this thing again, and it'll already have it in it. Yeah. So that will be muslin number 3. Yeah. Let me see, does it look that bad? If I bend over, can you like see my toes? No. It might be okay like this. Tell me what you think. Okay, play like the sleeve is on. Oh, of course you can't really tell, you know, when it's just laying up there. But, yeah. I think it'll be cute. What do you think? An almost sleeve. Remember when I had this on? This is the next day. Remember I had this on and I wanted to take a big tuck in it like this? It was just too big. So I've worked on this for a couple of hours this morning because I wasn't sure how to do it. So I'm going to show you what I did. Here is if the front was all together. Remember, it's been sliced up in 3 places. And this is the big band. So what I did, first I did it wrong. So then I undid that, erased it all, and then I did it again. So what I did, that has to stay. This has so much tape on it, y'all. Let me move these, I'll show them to you in a second. I'm putting it on the pink so you can see it. It shows up better. Let me see if you can see it. So here's the top. You can see it's 3 different pieces. Right panel, middle panel, left panel. So at first I took a 1/4 inch off of this, a 1/4 inch off of the middle panel, a 1/4 inch off the side panel, and another 1/4 inch off the middle panel. Wrong! That didn't work. So I put it back together, or I took it back apart. I've got removable tape everywhere on here, y'all. Let's move that. Let's move these 2 pieces and I'll show you. You know, when you're decreasing the neckline, you need to be on the neckline. When I first did it, I was clear up here at the shoulder. And you're not going to decrease the neckline up here at the shoulder. That was wrong. And then over here, I was decreasing it here. Did not work out. It was hard to put it back together. One side probably would have been okay, but the other side would not have been. You can see my new green collar on here. I'm trying not to remove that. At some point you need to draw a new pattern, you guys. Oh my. So I decided to just stay with the middle. So So what I did, I've got my bust point. This is me, my apex, my apex. I don't know how well you can see it, but here's my apex, and here's my apex. So I took the center part, the low part of the neck, and I sliced it from here to the apex, and I sliced it from here to the apex. I crossed it over a ½ inch here, and I crossed it over a ½ inch here. So that changed my curve, of course. So I drew the curve back in. I'm telling you, this pattern making, it's not for people who don't have the time. Let me put it that way. So I put this back together, drew the new curve, fixed the neckline up here where the two crossovers screwed up the curve, so I fixed the curve. Then I drew the new collar on a separate piece of paper, and I added a seam allowance to the bottom of it because it's got to be sewn together. All right, so that's how I did it. This is the difference now. This is the difference now. Here's the original collar. Here's the new collar. Look at the difference. Isn't that humongous? It's like, you must have done something wrong, lady. It changes the curve at the bottom. It changes the curve at the top. And it is an inch smaller. So you can see that this will now rest against my body better than this one does because it's narrower. So I'm going to have to, I think what I'll do is I'll cut out a new front because I have this much fabric left. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut out a new front. I don't know if I have enough to get a new band out of. We may have to make the band in a floral or something. I'm not sure about that. Or maybe I can take the old band off. No, you can't put this on top of that and recut it. That won't work. So, and it's only single. Oh, I'll have plenty because it's only single. And I can cut this. Like I said, I'm still in my pajamas. Don't look at me. Let me see. This is the new one. So I can cut that right there on the bias. Then I can cut the top out again here. The back hasn't changed. The sleeve hasn't changed. Okay? So I'm going to work on that, take the blouse apart, put the blouse back together, but first I'm going to go downstairs and take a shower so you can see me. I don't look good in the morning. Well, hi. I know. I thought I'd come in here and play with this a bit. This is my first muslin. This thing is the same on the pink and this. So I thought I'd come put this on here and see if it's littler. Let me see. That goes up there, that goes there. It really looks about the same. That's funny, isn't it? Let's stretch that out. No, it isn't the same. Yeah, quite a bit smaller because it only comes to here. And this one goes all the way over to here. Yeah. Yeah. My goodness, I'm going to be a pattern maker before this is through, y'all. Let's put that like that. Okay, there you go. Now look. The paper, you know, you can always put the paper up to you. So here's the paper. That goes there. You need somebody else, but Jerry's in the shower. Look at that. Look at how good that's going to rest against my neck. Good Friday morning, I think. I think it's Friday. It must be about May 17 by now. So, you know what I'm trying to make? The striped top I found on the internet. I'm sure you've seen it someplace in this video. This is muslin number 3. Muslin number 2. Muslin number 2 is on the floor. And I'm wearing muslin number 1. This was on the floor for the last 2 days because I thought it was unwearable and I didn't think I liked it. I never like anything after I make it. So then I decided to do this one, which is sort of like, this is also from Maud Lily. It's a different style, It doesn't have any stripes and it has a whole front instead of a 3-piece front, plus the extra strap up here. So I decided I liked the lace on the sleeves. So I thought on muslin number 3, I would add some lace to the sleeves. And I even did a little video to show you how I put it on there. I'll show you that right here. I just watched my video where I showed you how I attached the lace to my sleeves. All you can see is my hand. I wish I had turned my lace this way so this pretty part hung down instead of this way so this part hang down. Because if I put it this way, and I wish I had, but you know, I've already told you Lucy's wearing it. Look at how pretty the pink looks through all those diamond shapes. So I probably got my lace on upside down. I wouldn't be a bit surprised. I have my lace like this. So we're playing like this is a sleeve. Now my sleeve was already hemmed and already done because I didn't know I was going to put the lace on it. But I would suggest if you decide you want to put lace on a sleeve, you do it while it's flat. It'd be so much easier. So what I did was I found a place on these designs to line it up at the edge of my sleeve. And so I decided this little question mark looking thing right here, I would line it up right on the edge. This is all of this lace I have left, so I decided I'll do another tutorial. Hopefully you'll be able to see something besides my hands. Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 question marks. Might as well move it over. This is just a scrap, so, okay. So the way I put it on, you could see the stitching. I'm doing this upside down and backwards to the camera, you guys. The way I'm doing it, you can see the hem. You can see a little bit of the hem stitches, but that's okay. You know, if the lace wasn't on there, you'd see all the hem stitches. But I sure do wish I'd done it the other way. If I had done it this way, I could have just sewn straight down this line and straight down this line. Oh my goodness, it would have been so much easier. But let's play like we're not going to do it that way. And you're going to sew on some fancy design of lace onto something. Ah, such pretty lace, isn't it? I don't remember where I got it. Why don't we do it 2 different ways? How about that? Let's do it one way with this side up. I'll just cut right here between there. So we'll do one way with this side up like I actually did my sleeves, with the question mark lining up down there at the bottom. Okay? So you got to get some pins and pin it. I tell you, I don't know what's going around, but I have just got the worst runny nose, and so does Jerry, and so does Philly. So I don't know what's in the air. We've had so much rain. It's probably mold and mildew. It's been really bad. All right, so pin it on as good as you can. You can hold it with your hands when you're actually going to sew it with your sewing machine. That's how I did mine. But let's play like I had a better idea, which I didn't. And I decide what's the front and what's the back of your lace. To me, this looks exactly the same on both sides, but this side has a spot on it, so I'm making this the right side. So this time, I'm going to make it like this. Oh, I think that is so much prettier. I wish I had done that. Now, you know, lace is lace, and you can cut around it, and it'll stay together, depending on where you cut it. You know, but cut it where it looks like it's going to stay together. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. Just cut it like that. See? So now on mine, since it was already a sleeve and already a circle, I had to overlap the ends. And I made sure that the circle on the sleeve was the same as the circle on the lace, so they would overlap exactly. Like if I wanted this flower to be on top of that flower. So I made sure that the sleeve allowed me to do that. I had to make the sleeve a little smaller, but I did that. All right, so let's play like this one. Which side's the pretty side? I don't know, changes every 5 minutes. All right, so I'll show you how to sew it on if it's like that, and I'll show you how to sew it on if it's like this. And nobody's ever gonna see the stitches. That is what I love about these sewing machines. They are so amazing. So this is how you start. You anchor it. You gotta anchor it. Let's go over to the sewing machine. I'm gonna use my 1130. You can use any sewing machine. Most sewing machines have embroidery feet. An embroidery foot stitches and lifts, stitches and lifts. So it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up a million times. If you don't have one of those kind of feet, it just stays down with the feed dogs, and it won't sew. You won't be able to do it with the flying needle and the feed dogs down like I'm going to show you. Flying needle and the feed dogs down are the best way, in my opinion. Okay? My opinion. Hopefully, you'll be able to see this a whole lot better this time. Hopefully. So I'm using my 1130, which is my second oldest machine. My 930 is the oldest. And I'm using this foot. It's a really nice foot because it has a big opening and you can really see where you're going. This is an embroidery foot. My 930 has a really nice one too. See how it goes up and down? That's what you want, because it helps you sew. All right, so let's play like we're going to sew this one on first, this odd-shaped one. What am I going to put my stitches on? It doesn't matter the length and it doesn't matter the width, because the feed dogs are down. You are the feed dogs. Your hands. I wonder if you can see it better without the light. I think you can, actually. Let's do it without the light. I think it shows up a little better. And we're going to put the foot down. We got the feed dogs down over here. We're going to make sure that we bring up the bobbin thread. That really helps a lot. Okay, so I've got the bobbin thread up. When I start, I'm going to hold both threads with my fingers. One will be under and one will be on the top. I can't use a zigzag stitch unless I've got the feed dogs up. I have to use a straight stitch. So I'm going to do my own zigzag. That's going to be hard without me putting my hand here. So I'm going to have to put my hand there. Hopefully you can see over my hand. Okay, so I'm going to do my own zigzag stitch. See? Zigzag. See? Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, I just love doing this. I really do. I don't want to do any more caps. Oh, I didn't zigzag that very good. So you can go backwards, forwards, sideways. That's the beauty of not having the feed dogs up. You can go in all directions. That's why you want to do this. Okay? So now let's come up to the next row and let's zigzag it. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? I'm hoping the camera is seeing this good. So I just zigzagged that whole straight line right there. Now it doesn't look like it's perfectly straight, but if I was doing this for real, it would be. I would have, you know what you can do? You can use steam-a-seam and steam-a-seam it down. You know, steam-a-seam it down under a thick part where the glue isn't going to show. Or put more pins. All right? I think you can actually see that with my hand here. Here's some more zigzag. Okay, so now I have my 2 rows. I don't know how close you can see it. There's zigzag, see? And I just zigzagged it my own self. You saw me do it. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Now I'm going to go back to the way I did it before, and I'm going to sew all of this down. So there'll be stitches sewing this, there'll be stitches sewing this, and look at how pretty the pink is. I wish I'd have done that way. Just didn't think about it. Okay, so now here we go. Around the edge. You gotta have your fingers. I'm not sure if you can see it very good. I've got this popping up here, so. Glue stick, hey, you can use a glue stick. You sure can. Whatever it takes. Although the needle does get gluey, I don't care, it just does. See there? So I am done. If I was putting that on the bottom of a blouse, on the bottom of my sleeve, look, I wish I'd done it that way. Isn't that just 1,000 times prettier than the way I did it? It really is. This is the way I did it. Goofy, it's on upside down. And I've got so many stitches in it, I don't want to take it out. And besides, Lucy doesn't care. But isn't that pretty? I wish I could get some more of that lace. And here's the back. Here's the back. There's the one with the 2 zigzags. Sorry about my phone, please forgive. Just don't listen to it. And there's the other one. Okay, so that's how I do the lace, just in case anybody wondered. As usual. I thought this was just as pretty as it could be, and I really liked it. Until I put it on me. I put it on me and I could not stand it. Number one, this color makes me look orange. Why does pink make me look orange? I don't know. I can wear some pinks, but this pink just does not look good on me. I don't know why. And the lace just looks so baby-thighed. And so later, did you all notice? Later, hold on. If you look closer at the blouse, look at the sleeve. The sleeve is very gathered and puffy. And the lace is loose. It's not tight on her arm. It's loose and the sleeve is gathered and puffy. So my sleeve is rather fitted. There's some room left. Actually, there's probably an inch or more left, but it just doesn't look the same as it does on her. And it doesn't come down as far. Well, it might. It might come down that far. I'm not going to put it on because Lucy wants to wear it. Lucy likes it, and so she's wearing it for the rest of her life probably. Another fix, the bust dart. Now the bust dart on this one is fine because you can't see it. But the bust dart on this one, you can see from the moon that it comes all the way out and almost to my apex. Now that's okay if you can't really see it because that's what my body likes. My body likes that shape. So on the striped version, I'm going to back this off 1/2 inch. I've already done it on the pattern. And I'm not sure what sleeve I'm going to put in the striped version. Show us the striped version, Joy. What if I knew where it was? Here's the striped one. I put it on the front of the envelope. Let's put it up close. I don't like you to see me up close, so I'll show you the picture up close. There it is. So see the sleeve? Philly and I think we want to do the sleeve 3/4. But you can see the stripes in the middle are horizontal, the stripes on the side are vertical, and the collar is on the bias. So that's the pattern that I have made up. I don't have that sleeve made up, but it would be very easy to do it. So that's going to be when Philly gets able to come to my house in Mounds, and we're going to make the striped version together. Because I bought 5 yards of the stripes, so there's enough for her and there's enough for me. So this, if it had the stripes would come across this way, and here they would go up and down. And on the sleeves, who remembers what the sleeves look like? The sleeves, the stripes go up and down. So the sleeves go up and down, this goes up and down, the back goes up and down, this goes across, and this goes on the diagonal, and this goes up and down. Okay? Talking about the direction of the stripes. So we'll get that made, but not today. I'm tired of making this thing. 3 times I need a break. So I found another blouse that I really like, and I'm thinking I could use my Fit Nice system for it. This one right here. I didn't buy this pattern, but I think I can invent a pattern, you know, like I did for this and the one on the floor. And I can use my Fit Nice, because it's got a dolman, and then I can just move my darts. Now, Fit Nice doesn't have darts, but my Fit Nice do have darts, and I can move the dart up here into the yoke at the neck. See, isn't that cute? Super easy, super cute. You can buy the pattern, it's itch to stitch. I don't know what it's called. Her patterns have the most bizarre names in the world. I don't know what that one's called, Algarve or something. Very strange name. So tell me what you think. Do you like the pink one with the lace? Would you like to have it? I'm never going to wear it. If you have a 42 bust and a little chest up here and a 42 hip, this will probably fit you. My shoulders are 15 inches from here to here, 15. And so I break that in half, 7.5, and I do 7.5 from center front to my shoulder at a seam allowance. So that's the sizing, but I think Lucy's going to like to wear it for like the rest of her life. And you know, she's going to live forever. Well, so are we. I'll be back after a while. So it's a little after 2, still Friday, but look what I made myself do. Can you see what I made myself do? I told you I made this 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Now this one is perfect, except I don't like the lace on me. So I took the one off the floor that I was going to throw away, and I figured out how to bind the armholes. The armholes are a little large because they weren't made for binding, they were made for a sleeve. But I thought, hey, if I'm going to throw it away, I might as well try. So I found this bias tape, but it's weird bias tape. It's like almost 2 inches wide. And it's folded in and then folded in half, just like single fold bias tape, double fold bias tape. I don't know the differences. Anyway, I worked with this. I sewed it on, took it off, sewed it on, took it off. Finally figured out, let me show you. This is it. See, it's wide. See how wide it is? I ended up cutting off this whole 1/4 inch and this whole 1/4 inch and using what was left in the middle. So it's not perfect, but at least I don't have to throw the blouse away. And I figured maybe it would look a little better if I didn't have red lipstick on, so I took the red lipstick off and the red erase off. So now I don't feel quite so orange. But what do you think? Would you wear it? Or would you throw it away? I know. My one little mannequin's kind of short, don't you think? I thought, I need another mannequin who's going to wear this red blouse. I know. Okay, I made myself do a bank statement, and I made myself get this off the floor and fix it. And so now I'm going to make myself go downstairs and put a load of wash in because my husband has some dirty jeans that need to be washed. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye for this Snippetville video because I need to get a video up. And the video that I have almost ready for you is at the other house, and I can't put it up for you. I don't even know if I'll show it to you now because it's just showing you how I got started on that blouse right there, and now you're sick of it. And you've seen it so many times. But you'll see it again in the future out of a navy blue stripe, navy blue and white stripe. And you'll see me and my BFF Philly both making it. Huh? Won't that be fun? So Lucy, what do you have to say, huh? Are you super excited you get to keep this blouse forever until you don't die? I know. I'll let you all go. Have a wonderful weekend. Oh my goodness, it's the weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. And Jerry and I miss Shine on Mother's Day. Some of you know I have another channel called Shine. And Jerry and I do it on Sunday mornings. Well, last Sunday was Mother's Day. We went to church at my sister's church. Then we went to a restaurant with a lot of her family after church, and it was 2 hours. 2 hours solid. Once we got to the restaurant, add another 2 hours, then leave the restaurant. So it was evening before we ever got home on Mother's Day. And to tell you the truth, Jerry and I forgot. We forgot about it. We woke up the next day and went, oh no! I know everybody's going to forgive us because it was Mother's Day. So we'll get that done this weekend. And I'll start another snippet when I start doing something else. That's the way it always works around here. Bye for now.